Yo, what's going on, guys? Riot changed Monster Gold to give 10 more gold per camp, making full clear junglers such as Nocturne much spicier, because they'll be getting that much more gold. Because of that, Iron through Gold, Nocturne is the second highest win rate and pick rate jungler in the game, and Platinum and higher, he is a top 10 jungler. Hecarim's trying to get a word down. He's being annoying, because he can't solo me at all. He's just hoping I back off. Their level 1 certainly a strong invade, but I don't want this guy to get down a word over here. I don't think he would actually start over here, but just in case, we'll go ahead and leave that here. So basically, a few patches ago, they made warding totems a lower cooldown, and they made oracles a higher cooldown. So I'm actually not a huge fan of laying it then resetting. I just like to lay it and hold on to it, ideally. So for our best runes possible, we have Lethal Tempo, Triumph, Alacrity, Coup de Grace, Eyeball, Ultimate Hunter, Attack Speed 80, and Armor. Gonna be going for the Q max first and E max second. Gonna be a fun game. We also have Ignite, that way we don't have to rush Chempunk Chainsword. Ignite feels really good against any type of scrappy jungler who may want to try to solo you or 2v2 you. My Q's still down, so I'm not gonna bother smiting this. There's no point. Level 2, you usually get your W because the passive attack speed it gives, constant 30%, and then if you block something, it gives even more. Nocturne always full clears. His ganks are inconsistent since he lacks amazing mobility. All he has is the speed up from his Q and the delayed fear on his E. So he clears really healthy though. You don't really need a potion. The potion's somewhat wasteful on him. Nocturne has two core builds to go for, Assassin or Bruiser. Currently Bruiser Nocturne is higher win rate across the board, though Assassin is definitely viable. Bruiser Nocturne is stridebreaker. Where is she at? It's not even showing it, even though it's his highest win rate item in the game. So yeah, Bruiser Nocturne is literally stridebreaker into cleaver, then typically GA or mod, depending on if you need armor or magic resist. Assassin Nocturne, it goes for Dustblade into Axiom Arc, typically into something like a Yomu's. The problem with Assassin Nocturne is you get soloed by tanks, and you're so squishy that if you get CC'd one time, you basically just die. Meanwhile, Bruiser Nocturne plays with Lethal Tempo much better since you can stay alive, get it full stacked, and shred everybody. Bruiser Nocturne can get pentakills, he can go in 1v3, can do all sorts of cool stuff that Assassin Nocturne absolutely cannot because it's low HP and doesn't play towards Lethal Tempo very well. Lethal Tempo is Nocturne's highest win rate keystone by far. Electrocute isn't viable on him right now. We just did a pre-315 full clear with Leash, very solid, and we're full HP. We don't need the potion, as you can see. 315 full clear, super solid. Alright, we get his flash. Gwen Ghost, but Ghost is a low cooldown compared to flash. Looks like Hecarim started topside clear towards bot. Makes sense. Hecarim kind of has to get blue buff. You're on our Q trail for most of that. Gwen should win that, I think. I'll head over mid. Then I can look for a reset, get as much stride break as we can afford. The slow on it helps to keep them inside of your E so you can pinch the fear. There's nothing for me to gank here, so we'll look for the early reset. I'll go for the pickaxe and a control word. We're good to go from here. Just need to keep clearing. We already pinged out Malzahar, what's up? He backed off, doesn't die. Me and Hecarim are equal CS here. He must have skipped a singular Raptor or a small Krug because he has 27 CS instead of 28 from full clear plus Scuttle. We're both on even footing. I think I have a better level 6 power spike though. His is dodgeable, mine is not. His is technically a skill shot so they can flash or dash it. Mine heat sinks, so even if they flash while I'm traveling, it still lands. Blast Cone spawn in around 5:30. Right now it's 4:38, plus they have Scuttle Crab. Probably not gonna be able to gank that. Senna also has an AoE invis speed up, and Ezreal has a dash, so it wouldn't make sense to break up our full clear here. To play a full clear champion, it requires discipline, and you generally want to full mute your teammates because they're constantly gank my lane, even though it doesn't make sense. We're not on a power spike right now. Like, granted, we could solo anyone on the enemy team if we stand still and auto each other to death, but no one's going to do that. We'll end up wasting a lot of time delaying our level 6, which is really bad. The solo potential comes from you're on your Q. We have an extra 40 AD at this point. A constant 30% attack speed from W, which goes up to 60% for 5 seconds if we block an ability, which full blocks the damage as well. The attack damage, attack speed plus ability block combined plus the fear makes Nocturne an insanely good soloist. The only jungler who can solo him, like raw auto for auto, is Warwick. But if you have Ignite on Nocturne, you actually win that. He's going to have to back off here. Get my trail out. Get on with my EW. I thought he was going to try to stun me there, but he didn't. He loses most of his HP. That's a great trade for us. Gwen should have lane prio. I'll leave this ward right here. I've already done my full clear. Ping out the Hecarim so my bot lane can see. Hopefully my bot lane can see. They're not really reacting. Alright, we'll go for Scuttle Crab. I think Hecarim thought they were going to back off since he was on a ward, so we stayed to break the ward, but my bot lane just legit did not back off at all. They do get a kill out of it. 2 kills. Not bad, actually. We'll push mid since we're already here. We can push this real quick. Our mid laner went bot. Can push it really fast with our passive being up too. Whenever you auto attack something, it puts your passive on a shorter cooldown. Okay, there's no one here. The mid laner went bot, so we'll just stay. Level 6 pre 7 minute mark. That's really good. Now what we want to do is just keep this dumped. We're getting a lot of golden XP. They're losing turret and they're losing minions as well, so they're losing golden XP while I'm gaining golden XP. This looks to be a free plate. Hecarim's going to be on his blue buff right now. He just popped the plant. I have Ignite plus R. You can't fight me even though I haven't went back to spend my gold. He may have already taken his blue. It's very possible. Hey, friend. I can't really keep up with him here. Down you go. He certainly can't solo me. Not at all. I had to use my R to stay within range on my E. He had phase rush, so he's moving away quickly. Got to get ready to run from Viego if he rotates. I didn't see him. We can take enemy jungle camps just as fast as our own. Riot changed that this patch. Looks like he may... Oh, he's only level 5. I can solo him. 100%. I could just stand here. Got to get behind him. Throw my Q out for the movement speed. Get my E down W. I blocked his stun. We get 90% bonus movement speed towards someone who's feared. So that's why your fear landing is so important. Holds him still for you to mash on while you move 90% faster. That's the single biggest movement speed bonus in the league out of any ability. 90%, pretty crazy. Alright, let's go Iron Spike Heartbound. Pick this up as much of our stride break as possible. Since Nocturne ganks, generally you can avoid wards with your R. You don't have to get Sweeper, especially since they nerfed Sweeper and buffed Warding Totem. Warding Totem can get a lot of value for you to know where the enemy jungler is and for your teammates to stay alive. For example, us having a ward here or whatever. I need to get a ward down on Dragon if possible. Gore Drinker is viable on Nocturne. Stridebreaker is better though, since you have so much shred potential with full stack lethal tempo and with your W constant attack speed bonus. Gore Drinker doesn't play into that very well, because if they're running away from you, Gore Drinker is not helping. If you have Stridebreaker and they're running away, it is helping because you slowed them with the active, and then they can't get away from your fear going off. That's why this build has a 64% win rate out of 2,000 games. Pretty high. But for some reason, Riot won't put it as a favorited item, so people don't even know to really build this. Auto stride break. Get my W down. Senna, you are dead. I'm full stack lethal tempo, my dude. I'm also moving really fast when I'm in combat with my Heartbound Axe, an extra 20 movement speed per 2. Another point in our E. I can push Ezreal off this. Get with ER. Down you go, buddy. I stalled it out a bit. I don't think he could even see me because your darkness reduces vision by a lot. I got to get out of here before the Hecarim comes down and kills me. So yeah, your R reduces their vision by a lot. I don't think he could even see me when I went back, and he thought I just backed off. Yeah, Hecarim's still here. It makes me a little nervous. We can block attacks from our W, get the extra attack speed, and also reduce damage. This dragon attacks so quickly, though. There's only so much we can actually reduce. Let's get attacked by Zyra, stalling out the Hecarim through annoying little plants. Fighting the dragon on our Q trail. Very nice. I only did that since their mid laner was dead, or whatever. You made it safe. Safe enough. Since I had bot prio. Your worst matchups on Nocturne, I wouldn't say you necessarily have one in terms of a jungler, because they simply can't solo you if they want to raw fight you to the death. But they can out gank you. So having to play against something like Nunu, who can spam gank if his ganks happen to work out early on, can be very frustrating. But I wouldn't say there's a jungler that the enemies can pick where you're like, oh man, I can't play Nocturne here, I need to dodge. It's more of, if your team's super physical damage heavy and you're thinking about playing Nocturne, you probably shouldn't. He's only viable to play physical damage. You can't go AP on him, and his abilities do physical damage as well, so that's the main time your team, let's say they lack a front line and is physical damage heavy. Why bother playing Nocturne? Just go like Nunu or Zac or Rammus or something. This guy's dead. You want to make sure you're well within range on your R. EWQ. I missed my Q, and he gets away because he R'd away. That sucks. Viego speed up is a wee bit ridiculous. I can back at Stridebreaker here. Really good ability haste. It's 5 less AD than Gorge rank, but you get the attack speed. Very nice. For your boots on Nocturne, usually you want to look for Swifties or Lucids against their team. It's hard to say. I think plated is probably the way to go here. Just get as tanky as possible, and then we'll push into cleaver. Plated basically got buffed this patch. Like a lot of empowered auto attacks, it wasn't properly blocking that damage. So for example, the Hecarim E, it blocks now. Should block the Viego double passive hit and all sorts of stuff. They are quadruple physical damage. The only real magic damage champion is the Victor, so that's why we went for plated over something more neutral like Swifties or Lucids, where you could go that if they have a great mix of AP and AD. Since they don't have a great mix, we might as well lean towards a defensive boot option to maximize the damage block. Come up behind this little turd biscuit. He's not going to see it coming. Throughout the Q, again with the EW stride break. And down you go. Get the minions nice and low for him. You can push the wave and get the turret and whatnot. Hecarim can't solo me at all. I can stand in his jungle. He's going for a very expensive build. It's viable. It's very strong, but when you're behind, it kind of hurts to build it. Hey, Ezreal, Q in midair, EW stride break. You can EW, Q, and stride break all in midair, so feel free to use it kind of right as you land. Oh my gosh, he smited it. The outplays. The Hecarim outplays, dude. This guy's a mad lad. Down he goes. He can't fight me at all. When you look at his items, he actually has about the same amount of gold spent. The difference is I have stride break, he doesn't. Stride break's absolutely huge for physical damage champs like fighting each other. Yeah. Plus I'm Nocturne and he's Hecarim. Phase Rush doesn't really do damage. Even for a Hecarim, it doesn't give him that much off of his passive. Why am I giving my teammates stuff when I'm an 8-kill Nocturne? I don't know. I'm being too nice. We're almost done with jungle item. We only need 5 more camps. Treat pops in every 1 minute of the game. So yeah, it comes in around the 30-second mark of each minute. So now we only need 3 more camps. I could kill both of them there. Tier 1 boots, not a full item on Senna, 1 full item on Ezreal. I could go kill them right now. 100%. I kind of want to go for Ezreal first, even though he's more mobile. More mobile. He doesn't have the HP she has. Get the EW stride break Q. Down you go. Let me get the assist. Come on, baby. I couldn't get it. Zyra plants were chunking. Zyra plants when she R's them do way more damage and attack really fast. about time to reset. Dragon's gonna be up soon. I can get Cleaver as well. Will be huge for drag fight. Backing a little late. Since we have the map pressure, it's not like they can rush out and cheese it. If it was a closer game, I probably would need to stay to take this. Now, with that being said, if we were behind, we would have needed to back to spend gold. Because we don't want to die and let them get 1,000 gold from killing me one time. Nocturnes are very straightforward, easy champion to pull off. You don't have to do anything fancy pre-6, just full clear, then you gank, reset, full clear, gank, reset. You get 6, and you kind of just win the game from there. There's no crazy mechanics. Just Q, E, stride break, W. Easy stuff. He only has one skill shot in his kit, and that's his Q. Everything else, point and click. Hey, Senna. E stride break W, blocked her snare. I have full stack cleaver on her head, and I'm full stack lethal tempo, so she's getting absolutely shredded. Lethal tempo and cleaver are amazing for that. Stride break E. Your stride break doesn't cancel your movement or your autos or abilities, so you can throw it in at any point without worrying about it messing you up. Come up behind this guy. 3 of them are dead. He's bot one's top, so he's all by himself here. He's got no one to back him up. Rush out and grab him with an EW stride break. Smite him down. I still had my ignite there. Didn't really need to use it. I'd imagine they're going to FF. If they quit pre-22 minute mark, we'll do a part 2. I do not mind. R's coming up here in a moment. And I'm not seeing anyone to R on, though. Don't typically want to take inhibs this early. I think they might be trying to let us end, though. Staying on top of our trail. Have nearly 300 AD when we're on. It's giving 60 attack damage. My goodness. We're at nearly 300 AD 17 minutes in if I'm on Q. Zyra almost died there. They don't apparently want us to end. I don't really care what they want, though. You want to die, buddy? Down you go. And that is GG's. We'll go ahead and do a part 2. They couldn't last to the 20-minute mark. I will see you guys there. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to part 2. This time the enemy team is hecka tanky, so we'll be getting even more value out of the black cleaver. Should be a lot of fun. I'm a little nervous about the Malphite attack speed slow. That could be kind of frustrating in a team fight. We'll see, though. If you can avoid him and just get on anybody else, because attack speed is really important for Nocturne's damage output. That's why we have lethal tempo and obviously Nocturne W attack speed steroid. Oh, dang. Swain missed. If that hook landed, I think they all die. Their whole team evaporates. Okay. That's huge. Ezreal, Flash, and Heal. I'll just go start on my own red buff. Hopefully Sion checks my red real quick, just in case Sejuani starts there. What is Sivir doing, dude? She needs to reset. She's going mid with half HP. My goodness. She's acting like a on basalt or something, dude. What is she doing? Now she has to flash and heal. Alright. This game's a fiesta. At least Shaco's leashing. She has to reset now. Shaco's going to be in lane. He won't be able to use his support item since he won't have a champion near him. Trail's ended, so we'll just go ahead and smite her down, get W, work on the Gromp. Gromp's a little bit harder to kite out since he has ranged autos. You can still get him to cancel some, though. Riot made his patience zone super tiny, so Fiddle can't blue Gromp same time. Fiddle's one of the main offenders of that. Dude, I miss being able to dual take camps. So much fun. It's so satisfying when you, as you're figuring it out and you start pulling it off. And they just took it away. Yanking a bone right out of the dog's mouth. Malphite started with Tyr. Our comp is really tanky, I'll say. They're going to have some issues killing Swain. Their mid, jungle, and top are all low damage. Even their AD carry is arguably a lower damage type of AD carry, to where Swain is going to go in with his R and kind of sizzle everybody. Sizzle everybody like a hot sun over pavement. He's going to have double max health burn items. Gragas, Sejuani, and Malphite are going to get roasted up, so he doesn't need attack speed. And even if they're hard CCing him with all of their moves, it won't do anything because his R will still be doing full damage output the whole time. Swain finds the first blood. He has Flash and Ghost still, so yeah, he lives there. I'm going to go kill Sedge. Oh wait, she had blue, never mind. I thought she started bot side, so yeah, I'm not going to go kill her. I smited because I was in a hurry there, but oh well. I thought she started red side, was going to path up, and then I could kill her since she just showed. And she lost time. So instead of having a 315 this time, it was quite a bit slower because we didn't get a good leash. Plus, my smite on the red buff was a little bit of an oof. Whatever, though. Still full HP potionless. That's how I like it. There's nothing to really gank. We don't have anyone mid. We could go top potentially. Malphite's not the easiest person to gank when he's being defensive because his Q speeds him up. Probably best to reset. Like, Sion's already winning the lane. He doesn't need me to be here. He's at no risk if I leave. Get as much of our stridebreakers as we can. Pick up pickaxe and control ward. Q out for the movement speed. We are one camp ahead of Sejuani. We've already based. She did get an assist. Ezreal, Ashe are staying. They haven't really spent gold yet. They're very, very, very killable. I consider taking Ghost this game. I just figured Ignite would be better. I enjoy Ignite on Nocturne because you're less likely to put yourself in a stupid situation where you're just trying to chase people, which Nocturne's bad at if you don't have your R. If you take Ignite, it kind of forces you to play around his strengths, which is full clearing. Of course, it's warded. Why not? Mid looks gankable. Would love to take Dragon there. That thing's kind of in the way. Alright, back to the full clear. Wasted time. That is exactly why you don't break the full clear pre-6. It's usually just a disappointment. They made the warding totems it's like a 30-second shorter cooldown in the early game. So in bot lane, it seems like they always have a ward fresh and ready, laid. Bot lane's one of my most gankable lanes. They're both squishy. Ashe is immobile. And if Ezreal mistimes his dash to where he uses it before I land, I'll heat-seeking missile into him regardless at that point. One more auto, one more auto. That was close. Top lane's looking semi-gankable. Malphite has R. Ugh, I really don't want to go over there. I have to, though. They can't really kill him is the thing. I can't really kill them, though. Sedge is 5. If I came sooner, it's not like we could kill them. They're already building up a huge HP advantage. She's not playing on lock screen, dude. I blocked that, and now you're dead. It was fun while it lasted, Sedge, but you are a goner. Goodbye. Absolutely not. There's not a single tank jungler in the game who can solo a Nocturne. The closest thing is Rammus once he has Thornmail, but once Nocturne has Black Cleaver, if Nocturne goes for something like a Black Cleaver and another penetration or a Bork, then he'll be fine. I wonder if I can take this in time. Missing my Q is not a good sign, though. That's a very, very bad sign. She must not be going for her blue buff here. She kind of should have been here by now. Oh well. I'm not going to gank top, Malphite armor, tank. I would want to gank bot. Is he going to get the pull here? Okay. Anyways. I block the Gragas thing with my thing. Ooh, that's a good hook. I couldn't quite pinch. If I took a single turret shot there, I'd die, so. I barely got out of that one. I was really, really close. Wind Drag is one of the toughest drags to take on Nocturne because their W only blocks a single auto and it auto attacks pretty much once every second, so. On an Earth or Flame Dragon where it's slow, big AoE autos, we could probably solo at this low HP since we have W. It's time for us to reset. Gromp does magic damage, however, its autos aren't coded as ability, so you can't block it with W. Mid's looking gankable. I guess I'll just stay till I get stride break. My R's on cooldown anyway, so I'm not really missing out on too much. There is no party. We'll stay home. Full clear it up. Now if our R was about to be up, feels like 20 seconds away, then yeah, resetting for items would be the right strat, but I'll get back full HP. I can gank with R, reset for stride break anyways. I don't want to reset right now when I'm so close to being able to buy it. Stride break helps out absolute heaps. I have a huge CS lead on Sejuani right now. She's over ganking, but she went tier 2 boots rush. If you ever see a jungler go a non-damage tier 2 boots rush, for example, a non-damage would be Swifties, Plated, Mobies, or basically Sorks. They're just spamming ganks. Now, if a jungler goes for Berserks or Lucids, that can literally just speed up their clears. Berserks and Swifties are the only ones that literally help certain junglers to clear decently faster, and obviously helps their ganks as well. Alright, I gotta... Can I actually solo this guy? Or am I just wasting my time? I would like to think I can solo him. He's a level up on me. I blocked his Q. Got him with my Ignite. Auto Q. Just need one more auto. Oh, that was dirty. Absolute dirty. He should have R'd away immediately. Him letting me fear him, I shred him up super, super hard. He actually doesn't win that. That's hilarious. Okay, it's time to reset. I'm sitting on stride break. R's on cooldown. Now is the perfect time to get the heck out of here. Plus drag. Oof, we missed out on dragon. I don't want to go for Herald. Herald's kind of poop. Rather get stride break. Nocturne's highest winner item in the game, even though Riot doesn't recommend it because they're a bunch of ding dongs. Those of you wondering, well, why wouldn't they recommend it if it's actually the highest win rate? I don't think they want to have to nerf it. There's certain champions who use items that Riot doesn't want them to use. They want Nocturne to be an assassin, but look at his top 4 win rate builds. They're all stride break. Stride break, stride break, stride break, stride break, cleaver, stride break, cleaver, stride break, cleaver. And that's just a bad look. If assassin's highest win rate items are non-assassin items, it's basically bad game design. Now, there's nothing wrong with an off-meta build being viable, but when the off-meta build is the most picked build and the highest win rate build, it's no longer off-meta. It is the meta. So them not having stride breakers recommended item is a delusion or something along those lines. I'm just refusing to recognize it as being as meta and OP as it is. R is about to be up. I don't have to finish my full clear here. We're about to gank anyways. Swain has a lot of pressure. Oh my gosh. That was weird. We can W. Block if we get more attack speed. I wouldn't recommend using W in this way if you don't know where all the enemies are, because if your W's on cooldown, it makes it much more challenging to actually fight people. Against this guy, can block out his special hits, take it slightly faster with the attack speed steroid our W gives us. Let's check this bush. Oftentimes this is control worded. It is not. Such just going to be here in a moment. She basically just died. This is the second time I get her blue. She's been over ganking. The tier 2 boots rush I think was a mistake. That forces her in a situation she has to spam gank, and if her ganks aren't panning out, now she can't clear her camps effectively. What is this? Why are they doing that? Hey, friend. Auto W. I'm going to shred him up. I got stridebreaker on. My Scion's really tanky as well. I'm going to R on the Sedge. I have Ignite on her. I think she's dead anyways. I take a single turret shot. That's a 1 for 2. That's a great trade. This is going to die before Herald does anything. Herald takes nearly 10 seconds to set up. So, if you know you can take the turret for 10 seconds. Oh, hey, Ash. I blocked it, buddy. You're still faster than me somehow. That's disgusting. She does have tier 2 boots, and I only have tier 1s, to be fair, but still. It's almost like it still slowed me, even though I blocked it with my W. That was weird. Maybe the angle of it, a different arrow hit me. I only blocked a few of them type of thing. I don't know. We almost have Cleaver there. There's no dragon coming up immediately. Can fall back into full clears while ours on cooldown. Farm into Cleaver right now. Gromp's looking thick and juicy. Using your E against camps is fine as long as you know you're not about to be invaded or something. So your E has high base damage. Very, very high. Per level, it goes up by 45, which is really high. Normally abilities go up by 15 to 30 damage per level, so 45 is an outlier for sure. They have so much armor. Malphite and Sedge have the same items. Aegis plated into that. You can also use your stridebreaker on pretty much every camp, so it doesn't cancel autos. Can I get there in time? I'm coming. Scion turns. He actually kind of wins that 1v2. It's pretty funny. I assume he doesn't have R, EWQ. Oh, he did have it. I should have gotten down my stridebreaker in midair. Might have been able to catch back up. Time to reset. Sitting on a full cleaver. No reasons to stick around. I'm super far away from my camps. Dragon's about to be up. Pick up cleaver. We also want far sight alteration. I don't remember if I got this last game, but it's way better on Nocturne than anything else. Because if you're about to R them, and then you lose vision because the minion dies, or so you lose vision. Now your R is wasted, but you can pop this and then jump onto them real quick. It helps out a lot if you're getting those big picks. Oh, hey, Sejuani. It doesn't quite land. That's fine. I can shred this. I blocked it, so now you get an additional 30% attack speed per 5. Swain can absolutely solo really any tank in the game. He doesn't have ultra high damage on their auto attacks. Like, Mundo's one of the only tanks whose auto attacks chunk. Other than him, tanks rely on semi-bursting up from abilities. Perhaps I should have held my E since I'm in enemy territory. This looks like a free engage. We get the attachment. Stride break. Down you go. I didn't even need to ignite there. It's perfect. This game is absolutely wrapped and packed right now. Nocturne can choose his engages since your R has so much range. You don't have to put yourself in situations where you don't have full control on this champion very often. He's just clearing into ganks, clearing into team fights type of stuff. So our R's on cooldown. There's no reason to walk at someone. I walk at them, they walk away. What's the point? There needs to be something justified for me to show up. That is why I am taking all these camps. This puts Sejuani behind, and it also gets me ahead. I'll run away from that. There's no need to fight that out. Now when my R is up, these guys are going to get creamed. I don't know. Who do you like they think they are, for real? QEW stride break. Got my ignite on the Ashe. Smite on her. They're acting as if they're fed, or that if they're tanks it matters, but I'll tell you something right now. Like, tank meta is a straight up lie. It's CC meta. It's not about tanks, it's about CC. It's just that some tanks happen to have a lot of CC, such as Amumu or Scion. But saying like, oh, I'm a tanky, therefore I have value. No, wrong. It's not true. League has added so many max health damage items to the game, such as Bork. 12% of your current health, dude. If you have like 1 trillion health, they auto you once. That's more than all the HP on your team combined. Like, percent-based damage cracks the game wide open. It's like the Bork for physical damage champs, and then there's LDR, Lord Dominic's Regard as well. Bork LDR for physical. Then for magic damage champs, it's Leandri's Demonic, to where when you see champions have those type of items. We got the stridebreaker on him, so he's slowed. We land the fear, and he dies. Boom. When you see people build that, and when you're ultra tanky, Cho'Gath sign, you have 8k health. When they hit you with an ability, it's as if it's early game. It's as if you're not tanky. So there's really no point. Like Nocturne, for example, he doesn't really have percent-based damage in his kit. It's just high flat damages. But at the same time, he has access to those types of things. I think against their team, I'd rather have... how much tenacity are we at right now? We're at 20%. We'll buy this. We should be at 50. So it gives us up to 44. Tenacity doesn't stack pretty. They made it like that. Otherwise, it'd be too strong. From here, we would go for... honestly, Searlds or LDR. I could see Searlds being really good here for more penetration. We could also go for Bork. We could go for GA. The core of the build is Stridebreaker Cleaver, because you can play that against absolutely everything. Both items give HP, which is always useful. Both give CDR. Both give attack damage. Universal stats for Nocturne. Doesn't matter what people are on your team or what's on the enemy team. You can always Stridebreaker in the Cleaver at the moment. Someone's trying to surrender. Very cool. Very random. I guess Swain died and he's mad. There's no rush. We can take every dragon and they don't outscale us. Press the attack Ezreal does not outscale Lethal Tempo Sivir. I'd say AP Shaco support also outscales Ashe support since the Ashe nerfs. They lowered her R cooldown and they did something else. I haven't been seeing nearly as much of her. I've been seeing a lot more Senna though. It seems like all the Ashe abusers are now rolling Senna these days. Dragon's up in 40. The Hextech Drags are amazing for Nocturne because he's auto-based. Plus Sivir's auto-based. I'll be taking this. Gotta get to this fight. I don't quite have enough range with my R. Doesn't seem like the enemies can fight it anyways. They're tucking away underneath turrets and they're tanky. I don't want to dive that. This is where we throw 1,000 gold from one death. He's doing something stupid. You just go to dragon. They're turtling up right now. Let's put them over the fire, slow roast it. The strat, what they're doing, it's the best comparison is if people play like that, if you do what you're supposed to do, they lose by default and then they're basically just wasting time. But if you're doing this, then you're giving them what they want. There's no reason to be fighting them there, because if we group up, because you might say, well, why aren't you there fighting? The second they see me, they run. The only reason they're doing this is because they already saw me leave and they know I'm going for dragon. So like, there's zero benefit to my teammates fighting here. Like, what does it do when we're already up like 10k gold as a team to fight for more kills? It does nothing. We can just all show up to dragon. If they show up, they all die. If they don't show up, we take free drag. It's that simple. Once you have the gold advantage, you get to go to any objective you please and the enemies can't properly contest. Got with my stride break. I'll dubstep ignite him there so I don't have to run him all the way down. Got my black cleaver shred on this guy. Down he goes. We can't simply push it in now. There's 3 of them. There's 3 of us. They're tanky underneath turret. We can't kill tanks underneath turret. We could take Baron though. Absolutely. Ideally someone else tanks it because whoever is tanking does 50% reduced damage. It's a very obvious time to Baron. 2 are dead. We have the map pressure. If they show up, they all die. I can also block Baron special attacks with W. For more attack speed. Shaco should be tanking this with this clone though, so I don't have to. So I think there, I can block with W, get extra attack speed. Taking this really slow since Shaco's not using his R. He's saving it for next game. Nice. Hey friends, I accidentally just wasted my spell shield, but Ash doesn't have R, so they're both gonna die anyways. Oh hey friend, I'm full stack to lethal tempo. Sejuani realizes she's dead. She's got nowhere to go. Full stack lethal tempo Nocturne is no joke. In fact, Nocturne is Irelia's one of her worst top lane matchups in the game. It's not playable for her because you can constantly block her stun with your W, and then you fear her. She can't CC you. You can CC her, and you have more attack speed than she does. Playing Irelia in the Nocturne is not fun. We don't have... Okay, there they are. We have the minions. We're fine. Two of them are still dead. Oof, that's no fun. I blocked the ground pound, saved me a bit of health. I kind of need to spend gold here, though. Like, Swain's out of mana. We're not set up to fight here. We haven't spent Baron gold, kill gold. Swain looks to just dump another life, and he's going to say, why are we team fighting? Well, you don't have R, you're out of mana. You're low health, we haven't spent gold, that's why. Whenever people ask that, but it's too much work to explain. That's why you just play jungle with mute all. Ooh, hey Ash. R stride break. He onto him. W block. Oh, this is bad. I'm dead. 100%. I can't move. Definitely not worth it. I shouldn't have gone in. The Ash was too tempting. I'm sitting on 4k gold fighting that. It's my bad. I think trading kills is pointless since we're already ahead. The enemies are simply getting shut down off of this. Sion actually lives there. Oh, never mind. Shield's still on cooldown. A bit surprising. Since I have so much HP from the Stride Cleaver, we wouldn't really want to go for Lord Dominic's Regard. I think Serld's would be better, or even Shojin here. Shojin wouldn't be bad. No, I'll get Bork as well. I think Bork's justified with how tanky they are. We need some kind of percent base. I think Ezreal ended up flashing out. Now we all group top side. Easy peasy. Oops, let me take that real quick. Currently at 275 attack damage, and if we're on Q-Trail, we are at 335. That's great. Man. Very spicy. His box helped us so much there. Sped that up for a solid second and a half. Swain going in 1v5. I might actually win this. Yeah, never mind. I lose this. Oh, yeah. That's just not worth it. It's too much. Maybe if I had magic resist. That's a funny limit test, though. Malphite slowing my attack speed. I'm getting heal cut. And then Sejuani's AoE healing everyone with Radiant Virtue. After Bork, I'll pick up some heal cut through Chempunk Chainsword. Sivir doesn't have percent base damage in her kit or in her items right now, but she does have true damage from Kraken. Instead of Serld's 100%, I should have gone Bork. Bork into Maw would have been a lot better, because they're full magic damage except for the Ezreal. Sion is giga freaking tanky even without magic resist. Gragas has minimal percent base damage in his kit. Ezreal has 0% base, so I don't think Ashe has any either. The only one with percent base damage in their kit on their whole team is Sejuani on her Ice Break and Gragas on his Barrel Slam. That's why it's taken him so long to kill Sion, even though he doesn't have magic resist. So he probably thinks his build is pretty solid, because he's taking so long to die. But if he had one magic resist item, it would cancel out Sorks on Gragas, and it would highly minimize the Sedge Grag Malphite damage. I guess Ashe is doing physical damage as well, so they're 3 magic, 2 physical. And that should be game. Just about. You see how Swain can't kill anyone? The Sejuani Radiant Virtue's healing. Look at her health. Her Radiant Virtue is out healing the Swain. Now her Radiant Virtue's ended, so she's taking damage. That's kind of ridiculous, though. Radiant Virtue is better than Swain R. Swain R times 2. Hey, friend. We press all the buttons. Down goes Malphite. And that is a GG's. Well played. Get out there and give Nocturne a try, and I'll catch you guys next time.